Hey y'all, so I created my next video. The next video is going to be on Koh Samui Koh Phangan in Thailand. And I really wanted to get this material out because I will be going back to Asia and hopefully doing a lot better job at vlogging, recording, etc. Um, but I really want to get this material out because I have the material and I have tips and things that I wish I would have known before going. Um, so I've gone to like another island, Koh Phi Phi, which is like near Phuket. And these were like really amazing. There's an airport in Koh Samui. It's a little expensive. Typically, however you come into Koh Samui, you're usually connecting to Bangkok first. Because the airport's not too big in Koh Samui. It's very cute though. Very like minimal island vibes, honestly. Um, but I will say that in order for you to get to Koh Phangan or Koh Tao, you do have to take a ferry, and the ferries typically only run twice, three times a day at certain times, usually before 5 p.m. So unless you land in the morning, you will not be able to catch the ferry on time. And that happened to me. So I had to stay somewhere for the first night in Koh Samui, which was unfortunate, but honestly an experience, and I don't regret it. Luckily, we still had time to make it to the full moon party, which was in Koh Phangan, and we intentionally, got there early just in case of anything, which is great because something happened. um, so that is my little caveat, my little, disclaimer. So because of that, you will see in the video that I go Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, back to Koh Samui, and that's why it's a little out of order. But I kind of just wanted to envision that, like the first night, I got lucky, hadn't booked anything on Koh Samui. We were able to get a recommendation from someone. It was a little expensive. And then the next day we were able to take the ferry and bought a ticket like the night before, and we're able to kind of head out, and it wasn't expensive. So I will definitely give prices and things and names of the places that I stayed at and companies that I use, and yeah, throughout the video. So this is Koh Samui Koh Phangan, and I hope you enjoy it. So this is what a quick snapshot of Koh Samui Airport, but I will say you have to take a tuk-tuk out of the airport, and it felt a little scammy. In Koh Samui, they tend to charge you or try to charge you $20 regardless of where you go, so we had to really navigate that. But the tuk-tuk driver did recommend a hotel to us, which we'll be seeing in a second. These images are from that area. The name of the hotel was called Punpreeda Resort or hotel. It was about $30 a night, and you see a picture here of like their main little area and some statues. And I did create a little video of like walking from the front of the hotel to the back. I will say that it was very hidden. You couldn't tell you were looking at a hotel by standing outside, but it was definitely kind of pretty inside. The pool wasn't really in use. Again, we went during the summer months, which is very hot, very, very hot. And again, we're coming for the full moon party, so it was rather empty on Koh Samui. But this leads into the beach. There's like coconuts all over the place, and that little pier, which is kind of cute. And from here, it was like maybe a couple yards away from the ferry. Now this ferry that I'm on now was about 200 baht, which is about $6 US. We bought it the night before from the website. The ferry was called Haad Queen Ferry, and it was rather fast, a lot faster than other ferries I've done. Now, Koh Phangan or Koh Phangan, not really sure, is where the full moon party happens, specifically on Haad Beach, which is where we stayed. Unfortunately, we mainly explored only this area, not the entire island, but I will definitely go back and try to explore the rest of those areas. I had a couple of drone shots that you see here just to kind of really highlight how big and how close the other beaches or islands are rather. In the far back you see Koh Samui, so you can see it's not far. When I went to Phuket / Koh Phi Phi, that was like a 2.5 hour ferry ride, and this one was like maybe an hour or less. probably half an hour. And you see the city here. Of course, a lot of things are still closed down because of COVID, but honestly, a lot of things were open. The food was rather good. The people were really nice, really pleasant. The Bayshore Hotel here that you see was about $130 a night. Again, I'll share links in the description below, but I loved it. That was for the villa. It wasn't just a regular room. And I will say security was pretty good. The location was rather great. Not too close to the partying, but close enough. And I did try to record a little bit of the villa. Unfortunately, I didn't do a really good interior shot take. But here we are. This is a little coffee shop that I went to work remotely since I was working remotely, unfortunately. It was really cute. Great Wi-Fi, great coffee on the other side of town from the Bayshore, but not bad. And here we begin Koh Phangan, just really the full moon party, the first one after COVID. So it was amazing. I'm so happy I got to experience this. I've never gone to a full moon party before, at least not actually on the full moon. The vibes were great. Just amazing. It did start raining, unfortunately, and thundering, but it's like rain or shine, so we didn't care, and everyone was plastered, so of course we stayed out. And I will say that during COVID, things were supposed to close at 11 p.m. due to like COVID restrictions, but it didn't actually end then. So in case they do still have restrictions, I wouldn't let that deter you. And it was a really great time. I've been to other parties on the beach, other islands in Thailand, like Koh Phi Phi, and I think this one was better. I have to give it to them. And of course, the alcohol, cheap buckets, like amazing. And me and my cousin drink a lot, so we were rather fine. Honestly, it was an experience. Honestly, amazing. I just wish I would go back maybe during not a full moon party. Maybe the prices would be better, and then also you know, I had booked Bayshore Hotel specifically because there was this whole like visa thing happening back then with like COVID regulations, so I think things were just more expensive in general. So hopefully things are cheaper now, easier now. We don't have to show proof of like all these XYZ things. But I did hear recently, 3 months ago, that they kind of ended the whole visa, like pre-visa thing. So now you just do visa when you get there, or not at all, depending on the country you're coming from. So just wanted to mention that. And after Koh Phangan, we really did just go back to Koh Samui, which will be coming up in a second. And we flew out from that airport. Very convenient, a lot better than taking the ferry from Koh Phi Phi to Phuket, and then from Phuket taking another taxi from the ferry all the way up to the airport, which, as you guys know, is really far. Now, this is Koh Samui, at the beginning of the recording of going back to Koh Samui. I stayed in a hotel called Casa Del Mar, which is like House of the Sea, or Ocean. Me and my cousin got some basic stays, but I think it was fine, you know, especially because we spent so much money on the villa, and the pool here, amazing. Like, it's gorgeous. The food here was also really good, which is really surprising, but it was a little out of the way. But regardless, we still got to do all these things that you see, all these like temples and figures that we got to see, and it was honestly gorgeous, like amazing. I don't want to compare it too much to Phuket because I haven't actually done Phuket, but I'm actually going back to Phuket this winter, or in December, so I will definitely record, compare, maybe create a video comparing them, because I know that that's something that I did, because I was just trying to decide if I wanted to go back to Koh Samui or not. Koh Samui did have these night markets, which delicious and cheap. There was just like so much of Phuket to actually do, or not Phuket, sorry, of Koh Samui to do, that I feel like I wanted to stay in the Chaweng area next time, which I did not stay in. But the shopping was pretty cool. Again, you kind of have to haggle, but I try not to haggle too much because, you know, I don't know, just if you have the money, you saved up, like, splurge a little, and it helps them out. But anyways, I won't get into that. But yeah, honestly, these areas were just gorgeous. These shots were gorgeous. Highly recommend doing all of these. I know for us, we got a type of taxi who kind of took us around and waited for us to finish, and then we would just hop back in. It was kind of like a private taxi type thing. And again, I think it was like $20, and me and my cousin just split it, so it wasn't bad, like, at all. And again, this hotel was like right off the beach, which you saw just there. You're gonna see it again, and you see the pool, and it's just amazing. They also do massages at the pool, if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, that's the video, and I hope you enjoyed it.